Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's my after-school sweet snack, and for those of you who know, I have 4 little boys, and on a Friday we call it treat day. So, you know, maybe we'll go to, you know, I might get them some sweets so that when they come home from school there might be a little pot of sweets or a little bag of sweeties. Maybe we'll go out for the evening, you know, might go to McDonald's or somewhere like that, but it's a treat day. Sometimes they come home to a magazine, all sorts of things, but it only happens on a Friday, so they can ask me for sweets all week. They're not going to get any. They're only going to get them on a Friday. And I thought this was quite cute. Now, some of you who've been following me on Periscope, you saw me share this the other day, and actually I put one on my business page. And I loved this set because I knew I wanted to be working with some sweets and I wanted to do a variety. I didn't want to be going and buying the grab bags because, well, apart from the cost involved, I'd have busted out my waistline. And I spotted this on Amazon and I thought, well, that's perfect for me to be able to do a variety of things. You can see I've used the cola drops up. Those are the ones from last week. So yeah, I wanted to show you how to do it. And it means when you've got a variety of colours like this, world is your oyster. So this one has got rhubarb and custard in, so very pale pink and yellow. So I've matched my stamping for that, and it says a little num num for your tum tum. And I just thought that was perfect with my little boys. So I have got these beautiful bags whose name has just fallen out of my head. What are they called? You're all telling the screen what they're called, aren't you? And I'm flicking through. Here we go, Sketched Dots bag, these ones. And we've got craft bags as well. And then obviously the bits and pieces to go through with it. That's page 151. But I like them because you can see the treats and the sweets through them, which is just ideal. So I'm going to be putting hair drops inside these, which are red and bright yellow, so brighter than the rhubarb and custard. So you don't need very many, and I think sweets these days for kiddies either come in huge bars or they come in the great big grab bags. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm not stingy with my children. I just think there are appropriate limits for how much sugar they should consume. So it means I can, well, I'm not stingily restricting them, I'm just not overindulging. So I folded the bag roughly in half, so just roughly in half, and I'm going to go back on it. So I like the old-fashioned sweet look. I mean, you know, this is a very British thing to have sweets in a bag, in a paper bag. You don't get that these days, so very traditional. Okay, I've got my handheld punch because I want to close up the bag like that. So yeah, very traditional sweets in a paper bag. Anybody else remember going and getting a quarter of sweeties on the way to or from school? I hope not just me. Okay, burlap ribbon, and I need my big scissors, which I forgot to get out. So burlap ribbon, and this stuff doesn't like being tied up, so we're going to have a bit of fun now. So I'm going to cover up that staple, and I'm going to get my linen thread and fight with this because it doesn't want to be clamped shut. So, oh, the cat's under my desk snoring. she's been shouting at me. I've been filming other videos today, so what you've already seen up till now for this week, I've been filming today, and she's under my desk snoring now, having shouted at me. Okay. So I'm going to do my best to hang on to that because I don't want it to be flat. I do want it to sort of clamp shut. And it sort of did. There we go. So it's displaced ever so slightly, which is what I wanted. She's properly snoring under there. She's a lovely old lady now. She's 12. I was going to say she's 11. She's not. She's 12 now. She's a year younger than my eldest son. So there we go. So that's my ribboning done, which is quite cute. And then a tiny little bit of stamping. And when you've got sweeties, you have to do a foodie one. So I've got this one, Num Num. Look at that, a little num num for your tum tum. Oh, that's too cute. And because my colours of my sweeties are different, I haven't got a piece of Whisper White. This is the second time I've filmed and not have my bit of Whisper White ready. That'll do. That's quite a big bit. Let's get a smaller one. There we go. I've got my scraps bin just to one side. So yeah, I'm going with, this one was So Saffron and Blushing Bright to match the colours, but I'm going with darker, so I'm going Real Red and Daffodil Delight. So Real Red for that one. And this is my decorative label punch. Oops. And then I've got my heart. That's not my heart. Where's my heart? There it is. It's underneath my ink pad. The heart from the Itty Bitty Accents. So I'm going to take 3 Real Red hearts. And I have got a sponge here for the Daffodil Delight. This is my Daffodil Delight ink and sponge. Oh, I've completely splodged that. How did I do that? Quite possibly re-inking my ink pads immediately before filming was not a good idea. Let's try that again. Get that to dry a little bit. Okay, Daffodil Delight ink and sponge. I'm so going to splodge this again, aren't I? And then round the edge. I think the ink may be on my thumb. Move those out of the way. Grab my stapler again, because I want to staple this on. Go. And then I'm going to lift these up. I'm going to use mini glue dots for these. You can use half a dimensional is the perfect size for lifting up hearts because they fit behind the top. Look at that. I'm going to cover up my splodge. We can fix any error, can't we? But yeah, half a dimensional fits behind these ideally, but you know, I went. We'll go with those instead. Let's cover up that splodge. There we go. And then a couple of pearls, just on each. And then you have a really quick, super cute snack pack for a Friday. Let's just trim this opposite side down. And what do you think? I think the boys will like those. Anyway, it's Friday today. It's also the end. Is it half term? I don't know. I film so far in advance I get very confused. But it's a Friday and it's treat day. So I'm going to give them a little treat. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. And I hope to speak to you very soon.